Hey guys, welcome to the Face to Face Gaming Podcast, episode 18. Today is March the 10th, and this will be coming out on March the 14th, I think. It's a Friday.
It's a Monday, though.
Yeah, it is a Monday.
15th?
No, today's the 10th, so... Well, let's look at the calendar. I don't know what I'm doing. 14th, I called it. Yeah.
Do you have any idea how to math? No, you don't. Never mind.
No.
That's a stupid question.
You know, stuff?
The French don't need to know how to math. And
They invented the meter.
no, they just formalized it.
They literally walked to the poles and did the thing where they did the thing.
The poles?
Yeah.
That sounds
land holes.
scientific.
Yes.
I know there's a giant piece of, like...
Ice.
No, never mind. There's...
We're a gaming podcast. We talk about video games.
Today
Hey,
we
guys.
decided we're going to talk about the history of mathematics. Strap yourselves in for another exciting hour.
I just know there, somewhere in France, in some French scientific laboratory, there is the measurement of a kilogram, the actual standard model of a kilogram.
It's a rock.
It's a piece of metal. It's a formed sphere.
I thought it was a cube.
No.
Whatever.
Pretty sure it's spherical.
It's a thing.
I know there was worry that it's actually, since it was formed or created or whatever the fuck they did it, it's actually lost some infinitesimally small amount of weight.
Yep. Because it was reaching its half-life.
Yeah.
So Brendan's sort of sick.
I'm really sick.
So
If that wasn't obvious, it will be obvious by the end of this.
I'm going to try to edit out as much of his coughing as possible, but some of it's going to be around, so I'm sorry.
I've decided I'm just not going to breathe.
And basically, this will be another episode in which one of us passes out.
Yeah, except it'll be your turn.
Yay.
Yay. Anyway.
At least I have an excuse.
I'm sick.
I was afterwards.
That is absolutely true. Anyway, what you been playing?
Stuff. Fuck it. I guess we usually start on the left.
Doesn't matter.
Do you start on the right? I don't know. Fuck it. I'll go first.
Okay.
I've been playing a couple of different things. I guess the first one of note is probably Thief. Formerly known as The Fourth.
The fourth.
Yeah, because somebody decided it was a good idea to have a 4 where E should be, because they're fucking idiots.
Marketing.
Yeah, it's like clearly that should be a 3. If anything, in Elite speak, E is 3.
Yeah, but it's actually the 4th game.
Yeah, I know.
Minus the expansion pack from number 2.
Well, then they could have put 3, like the Thief, and then plus 1.
Although technically, part of the first one was actually re-released as the Gold Edition, so...
Semantics.
That's
Anyway, yeah, Thief. It actually, if for other listeners, we did finally manage to clarify that it was the same studio as Human Revolution that did it.
Oh, it is?
It was the same Montreal
okay.
studio, yeah. Eidos, Montreal.
Yeah.
Eidos, whatever.
It's Eidos, I guarantee you.
Semantics.
Yeah. And they put together what I consider to be a very good stealth game. They didn't make a particularly good Thief game as far as it went harkening back to the original series, but if you're willing to overlook that, or if you're coming at this from, like, basically being new to the series, I liked it.
Okay.
I really, really, really have incredibly fond memories of the first two, the Dark Project and the Metal Age, I believe.
I don't know. I've never played any of them.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, they are basically what they kind of instilled a love for shadows and
for the fact that in every game you play, you're like a rogue
or a thief,
or a sniper, something that hides and kills things.
In many games, I mean, first-person shooters are anything that doesn't involve a first-person shooter.
Well, Mass Effect, I'm pretty sure you were sniping.
Infiltrator, yeah. Like RPGs, I'll play the Thief or the Rogue. I'll play, the Scoundrel. I played a Smuggler, for instance, in, what the hell?
The Old Republic?
Old Republic.
Yeah.
Actually, strangely enough, for how broad I consider my gaming resume to be, I've never actually played KOTOR to completion.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never played it at all.
Me neither.
Fair enough.
Look at my nerd cred.
Well...
Don't worry.
You'd probably enjoy it. It was good from what I played.
Oh, I'm sure I'd enjoy it. I'm a big fan of space games.
And it's Star Wars, which is one more reason why I should have probably played more of it. KOTOR 2 was... I didn't like that one as much as the first one. Anyway, Thief. It's a game.
So it's not really harkening back to the classics, but as a new game, it's all right?
It fails to maintain some of what I consider to be fundamental aspects of the original Thief games. Predominantly, the biggest two were, basically, they fall under the same umbrella, is the player agency when it comes to kind of manipulating the world.
Okay.
In the first two, it was, for its time, a fairly substantial physics engine. So, I mean, arrows had ballistic arches. The different materials had different weights and properties, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And what that also meant is, at the most basic principles, you could stack boxes. I mean, that's a fairly small thing, but it did allow you to kind of formulate non-standard or
linear paths?
Not necessarily. Well, no, non-linear is actually... It was non-linear in the same way that kind of human revolution is, where there's multiple ways to the same point.
Yeah.
So it branches, but it always funnels back into the same area.
Okay.
But what the ability to kind of manipulate the environment to a bigger degree than they allow in the new Thief, it basically meant that if you wanted to, you could, circumvent huge chunks of certain maps just by, stacking boxes and jumping onto a balcony. So you just miss the entire, first floor or whatever of whatever rich noble's mansion you're looting.
Mm-hmm. So it gave you some options.
Yeah, and part of that as well is the way the rope, arrow, and mantling worked. In the original thieving games.
The original series.
Yeah, it had the same basic kind of mantling as something like System Shock 2, where if you could reach it, you could climb on top of it.
Sweet.
So what that allowed was a lot of kind of, let's say, non-realistic ways to approach stealth, like standing on top of mantling on top of door frames that are like 2 inches wide.
I could do that.
I don't know if you could stay up there. Or, weird things like semi-glitching on top of bookshelves, just because it offered the deepest shadows to hide in when the guards patrolled by.
Okay.
And you can't do that in the new Thief, just because there is a mantling system in place, but it only allows you to mantle onto objects that have been specifically, basically clearly marked out in the environment by, like scratches on the walls or obvious, gaps in balconies, grates that you can, climb up, that kind of crap.
So it takes away the creativity and just says, you can go here.
It takes away the kind of left field creativity, the kind of thing that you just kind of look at an area and instinctively realize that almost all of it is available to you as a means of progression, whereas it's much more, it's characterized much more in the new game by, the more standardized thinking these days of having clearly defined and mapped routes for the player to, go down. Not multiple routes to the same location, but still routes that were clearly envisioned by the creator, rather than leaving it up to the whim and flimsy reasoning of the player. And likewise, part of that is also they changed how rope arrows work, which rope arrows in the original two games were literally arrows with ropes on them.
Yeah.
Hence the name. But they stuck into basically anything that was wood. And when you're talking about, late medieval, early Victorian, steam
Everything.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of, every beam in a place is made out of wood.
Mm-hmm.
Every balcony is made out of wood. So it let you kind of really, really, really just find some weird friggin' places to get into. Or if you really wanted, you could, string lines of rope arrows across a room and then just kind of hop across the ceiling.
Nice.
Such as it were. And unfortunately, they don't really allow you to do that anymore. It's, if you ever played Tomb Raider, it's the same, the new Tomb Raider, I should say. They operates the same way there, where you can only fire them into specifically designated, posts and beams, which are conveniently already wrapped in rope. So I'm not really sure how it works. I guess it's some weird fundamental Aristotelian law of attraction where like objects
Go together or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, it basically just turns into one more means by which you can, create a path for the player, but not one that really allows it any deviation from the established routes in a map.
Which is a shame.
It is a shame, and I miss that level of freedom. But that being said, all that aside, when it's not compared to the original two and the fairly, quite frankly, earth-shattering amounts of freedom they allowed the player for the time. I mean, we're talking late 90s,
Yeah.
early 2000s for the second one, I guess. It's a good game. I haven't beat it yet. I'm probably about halfway through the main campaign. I think there's 8 story missions, and maybe that much again, maybe 2 times that as just side quests in the main hub. And if you're looking for an excuse to wander around in shadows, lifting shiny objects and beating people over the back of the head with a club,
Yeah.
it scratches all the right itches. I don't know. Cut. One thing it does allow the player to do, and what I've really appreciated, is it has a real granularity to the difficulty.
Yeah.
Basically, even in the first, it's kind of a hallmark of the series in this reboot. That held true in this reboot, that the difficulty options in the Thief games are fairly substantial. Ranging from get in, get out, doesn't matter if you leave a room or full household full of corpses behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you did nothing but slash people in the face with a short sword.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as long as you got the job done. That isn't really how I feel Garrett as a person would be.
Yeah.
So that's never how I play, but it allows, basically, if you consider that to be one extreme, the other extreme is it allows you to put on settings that are so confining, isn't really a word, but so stringent in their enforcement that if you get spotted, you automatically fail and have to reload.
Yeah.
No, that is not. I understand why you're sighing there, but it's not something enforced by the game naturally.
He did it to himself.
It is when you start a new game, there is a multitude of
options,
preset difficulty settings you can choose from, as well as basically a custom.
Okay.
A custom roster of variables you can choose from. Things like there's basically, it's kind of like Batman Detective Mode. If you played any of the new games, they call it the focus mode, where things slow down, objects are highlighted, interactable objects are highlighted. You can see guys through walls, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
There's an option to turn that off entirely. You can turn off, all the HUD elements if you want to run without, the light indicator or compass, that kind of shit.
Nice.
Or the aim and reticule for the bow.
Good.
You can turn on and off, different levels of competency in the guards.
Yeah.
Things like that. And it's kind of tiered, so, you can have little things like you can only use the standard 3 arrows, like broadhead, water, and fire. Or you can go all the way to the extreme where one of the options I chose was if you get spotted, you fail.
Yeah.
There's options like you can't kill anybody, you can't knock anybody out, shit like that. And basically it allows you to really tailor the game to your specific wants. Admittedly, it's all something you could do anyway, were you to just choose to play that way, but I really enjoy the option to kind of confine or form a personalized play style. And that more than anything else is what's kind of allowed me to approach this as I would one of the previous Thief games. So I basically turned off all of 90% of the new elements to bring it back as close as possible to the what I consider to be the fundamental nature of the original Thief game. So I'm running out with, no very few player helps, very few HUD indicators. I'm running with the option where you can't get spotted or you fail. You can do Iron Man mode kind of bullshit. You can actually do like pure Iron Man mode where if you die, it's game over, like straight roguelike.
Like
Sweet.
hardcore.
Yeah.
So like no death run.
Literally, yeah.
I like it.
Actually, speaking of no death runs, there's a guy I really enjoy who works for PC Gamer UK, or works for PC Gamer in the UK, called Chris Thurston, who's actually doing a no death run in Thief. That's been fun to watch. He's been streaming it on his Twitch account. I'm thinking about maybe replaying it like that. And actually, that's the other thing these options do. It allows for a real degree of replayability where you can actually, while going through admittedly the same game, the same levels, you can have it so that you have to approach it in a completely different manner.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually going to really increase the replayability. Likewise, there is kind of a challenge mode where it inserts you into one of the maps from the proper game, but it's kind of a time-based trial where it's like a 60-second counter, and the counter resets every time you pick up a piece of loot. So it kind of forces you to run really fast, really smooth runs, where, you map out where all the loot is in a given place and where the guards are in the fastest and most economic way of getting from point A to point B without being spotted with a minimum of risk, that kind of stuff. So
Sweet.
that was pretty fun. And then again, it is a game that is not true to the spirit of the series, but taking by itself, I consider to be worth the time.
Okay.
It's not for everybody. It is, if you're the kind of person who actually who wants to play something like Dishonored, where you really have the option of basically just going in gun blazing, a right fist spewing magic, that kind of shit. This really isn't that kind of game. They really do focus on the fact that Garrett, as a protagonist, is not a fighter. He is a, world weary, world wise, no risk, or he's not the kind of person who, if given a choice, will engage in open combat. He's there to get what he needs as easily, as quietly as possible.
Okay. That sounds like it sums it up pretty good.
It does. The story's fine. It's a Thief game. It's weird. There's still, it smacks of the supernatural the way they all have. I mean, I don't know, as long as you don't mind it being a little silly at times, it's still fun. The first two were still silly. Anyway, yeah, that's Thief. Elsewise, Diablo. That's something you and I have been playing, but we got back into after that 2.0 patch.
Yeah, kind of in preparation for I did buy the expansion, so.
I just bought Titanfall, so I'm going to wait until the expansion
comes
comes out.
It doesn't come out until the 28th.
I know,
so.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, that has been, meh. Just going back to, because it was fun when we first started playing it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it just got to a point where, fuck it, this isn't worth the grind the bullshit. Which they got rid of.
Almost entirely. I mean, basically, yeah, Inferno became too much of a hassle to want to replay.
Yeah.
The ability to progress became so slow in Inferno that it was no longer really enjoyable.
No. Well, I do kind of like how they changed the system. It's different. It's different, but
yeah. I do too. I'm curious to see how that works if we were to roll like new accounts effectively instead of just new characters, whether or not the other difficulties would already be unlocked.
I think they are, because if you look on the match creation, you can reset the quests and start from scratch. It's just the the storyline that has to be unlocked, not the difficulty.
Yeah.
You can set it to fucking have a level 1 character and go to Torment 5. You're going to get your ass kicked, but...
Probably.
No, you will.
Yeah.
There's no probably.
Yeah,
you will
you
die.
will.
I die.
Considering it took us how long to clear that first area of the zombies, and even then we
fuck.
died multiple times.
Fuck. But the zombies were given like an entire experience bar each one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I really enjoy what they've done with it. I had few problems with the first iteration of Diablo 3, rather than the auction house kind of warping everything to a degree I really didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard was a really, really bad game breaker.
It made it to because they chose the drop rates to reflect that the auction house was in play.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't get anything, and half the time in order to get any gear to advance, instead of finding it in a drop and being like, you'd have to just farm gold until you could buy something on the auction house.
And likewise, even the drops you did get there was a fairly high percentage chance it wasn't going to be useful to you as your class.
Like you'd find an awesome ability or an awesome item, but it's for a wizard, but you're a barbarian, no point in keeping that.
Yeah.
Try to sell it on the auction house, maybe get some gold to buy a barbarian gear.
That's in many ways it all kind of the auction house warped the economy terribly.
Well, it changed it entirely down to a gold-based economy.
Yeah. And that,
Which is gross.
well, which is
For that game.
Yeah. There's no problem with that in certain games, but when you consider that, on the macro level, the point of Diablo is loot.
Yeah.
And to take away the fundamental, source of loot and replace it with something where you're just clicking a button and it's showing up in your inventory, it was severely damaging to the kind of the spirit of it.
Well, it's still, there isn't really an economy at all now.
Not
like
as such.
They changed it so like rares you can still trade freely, but if you get
Between
a unique,
party members. Oh, sorry. I'm pretty sure.
rares can, but if it's a unique or set item, let's say the three of us are in a game, we go kill Diablo. He drops me like a really awesome unique item that you could use, but it's not really good for me.
Yeah.
I can give you that item within 2 hours, and after that, it's bound to my account.
Oh, wow.
So I can only use it on my characters, or I can disenchant it for Matt's.
Yeah. And that's it does kind of narrow the scope of the economy, but it does.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that as a solution for the problem.
Yeah. And it is like the way they set up the Paragon system is pretty cool. Where now when you reach max level, which only 60, but
for now
you reach max level, you can continue on. They've changed it now to be infinity. You can essentially level up your character forever.
Nice.
And the Paragon levels, you get bonus points to put in here and there.
Yeah.
They're account wide. So if you have a level 60 barbarian, let's say, that's Paragon level 100.
Yeah.
Your level 1 wizard that you make has an additional 100 Paragon points that they can throw into stuff.
Yeah. Stats, movement speed, crit chance, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if
so
you
kind
have...
of like Borderlands. Borderlands 2.
I never played 2.
I never got to the end game of 2.
Oh, it was way before the end game. You would just unlock it by just doing random tasks, and you would get badass points.
Badass points?
It was very similar. Like you'd get a selection, and you could max damage or a crit chance or whatever. But it would always be something that you need to upgrade out of a list of 15 or 20.
Yeah, considering I spent like 20 hours in that game, I have very few memories of it.
I don't know. That game kind of it's a fun game, but you have to be really, really vested in grinding.
I think my biggest problem is I was playing it solo, and that's not really a game meant to be played solo.
Yeah, don't play Borderlands.
Well, it's like Diablo solo. It's so much more fun if you have a group of people.
Yeah, so much more satisfying.
Yeah.
And likewise about Diablo, I've really the kind of remodeled a bunch of skills basically. So
yeah, they've tweaked a lot of stuff. Some of it kind of fucked up my playstyle as a barbarian, but
yeah,
they nerfed me.
Oh well.
Man, I could
Okay,
hit,
that one ability, yes.
no, it's 2 abilities, because I'd hit one ability that would increase my damage by 100%, and then I hit another ability that makes a field of fire that I would melt literally. Every 60 seconds, I could kill anything in the game in like a second.
Yeah.
So all I had to do was run around for a minute, gather enough enemies in one spot, blow those 2 abilities, and win.
Yeah.
Which was all right. It stopped working. It stopped working in Inferno Act 3. When
So did a lot of things.
yeah, that's
like
what
my
I
will
quit.
to live.
Yeah.
Well, was it specifically fire-based? So,
No, it
fire
had nothing to do with that. It was
resistance.
just the enemies were so strong.
The scaling in Inferno was
longitudinal or whatever. Or
Logarithmic?
Yeah, that's the one.
Longitudinal.
It goes around the world.
it goes horizontally.
Yes.
No, predominantly what the problem where there was, it's just that was the end game and there was nothing beyond it. So in order to, maintain Inferno at something you could spend time on,
God, it was impossible.
they made it incredibly
Which
hard.
wouldn't have been such a big deal if the auction house hadn't fucked up the drop system.
Yeah.
If you could progress on your own without having to depend on buying something, it was cool.
or investing, 20 hours worth of random mob killing to get something good.
Yeah, meth runs, like that kind of deal.
Yeah.
I missed meth runs.
Yeah, I did a lot of those.
Yeah.
Stones of Jordan, man. Need more Stones of Jordan.
Yeah. Diablo 2.
Nostalgia.
Good times.
I didn't play it probably more than 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
I didn't have a computer.
Oh, fair enough. That was man, I can't imagine how much time I played that game. I got a character to level 99. A barbarian, actually.
Not hardcore, I'm guessing.
No, God, no. That actually, because right before Diablo 3 came out, me, you, and Drader all bought Diablo 2 or reinstalled it.
Yeah.
And played on hardcore.
Why were we? It took me about a week to remember to ask myself why the fuck we were doing that again.
Yeah, I don't. It was fun, but me and you kind of fell off. I think I died, and then Drader kept going. And by the time Diablo 3 came out, he had a sorceress in hardcore that was like level 72.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
Until
man?
he got stupid. He really enjoyed sorceresses for the simple fact that they have blink.
And you could blink all the way to Baal, and then
Yeah.
everybody just come to you, right?
Yeah.
Except if you're in, the higher difficulty levels, there are mobs that can basically, if not one-shot you, then stun-lock you.
Yeah.
Well, he poofed into the middle of a crowd,
Yeah.
and they just wrecked him.
Yeah.
And then he died, and then it was done.
And then he
then he
stopped.
quit. Like, he didn't even play Diablo 3 with us when it came out. He's just like, I don't want any part of this bullshit. But
I will
Yeah.
have to say, when I walked into your room the other day, and all I could hear was click, 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 click.
Oh, it's still a button masher.
oh yeah, you only have one real.
No, I mean, actually, I really enjoy the fact that you've got, 2 buttons and 4 keys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like LOL.
yeah, or a MOBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, on the note of playing though, I have also been playing Hearthstone because Blizzard.
Yeah.
I got
Open
on.
beta.
Yeah, I got into the beta on that. It is. I don't know how much you know about Hearthstone.
I've got it. I've been playing it.
Do you have? Oh, you have the beta.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know
Everybody
that.
got they opened the beta up like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it's open up for
It's
everybody
open
now.
beta now.
Okay,
But, I mean, I was in before that.
you were in the closed.
Yeah. Only
Okay.
briefly, but yeah.
Okay. No, it is. It's actually a pretty fun game.
It is.
I don't know where its path will be. Like, there's like the idea of an end game kind of deal. Like, it's just it's more casual for me than anything.
Oh, well, it is, but it's one of those games. It's like any trading card game. You're going to get the rare cards and build the rare deck, and then
Quit. Well, they do have a
Wow.
ranking system, which is alright. They have like a ranked ladder where there's 25 different levels, and I think there's rewards depending on where you end at certain points.
yeah.
I haven't gotten that far in though.
Me neither, because I suck at that game.
Oh,
really
fair enough.
badly.
I'm really good. Maybe it's because we played so much Magic, but
That's key.
There are fundamental similarities between the two.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I never played Magic.
resource management and stuff.
After a fashion, but considering you just get ain't another mana per turn.
Yeah, but it's more okay. You have this many things in your deck in your hand. I could spend 8 and play this big motherfucker, or
I can spend 8 and play these 3 medium-sized fuckers.
yeah, or I can play 2 medium-sized guys and fireball this guy in the face for 6 and hope that there's the strategic thought.
Yeah.
Which it is a good game. I don't think free to play in anything except for MOBAs will look like anything besides pay to win. Like, to build the ultimate deck, you can just throw money at that game.
That is true.
After a fashion, you can't buy individual cards, though. You can't even buy mats. What you'd have to do is just buy ridiculous amounts of booster packs.
And then, break down the mats and try to build something.
So
hope for the best.
It's not the most efficient way to pay to win.
No, but that's... the whole free-to-play model, I think, the MOBAs, like Smite, League, Dota... Where literally, like Dota, the only way they make their money is off skins. That's it.
It's purely cosmetic.
It's all cosmetic. And then, Smite and League, it's like for champions too, right?
Yeah.
And either of those options doesn't change the game at all.
Yeah, not
Really.
Not the slightest. But that's very similar to Magic, though. I mean, if you're going to go get more cards...
Yeah,
you
Magic
pay more
was a
money.
very
It is...
expensive habit.
If you're...
Yeah, it is.
Let's get all nerdy here for a second. If you're playing Constructed, then yes, you can... There are decks that are simply better the more money you put into them. But likewise, there are decks you can spend, $20 on that have a fair chance at, holding your own in a Friday night Magic tournament. Likewise, there is, if you don't want to take into that play to win aspect, there's drafting. There's the limited game.
Where, pay your $15, get a couple packs, and then hope for the best.
And likewise, that holds true in Hearthstone. There is the,
There's the arena. And the way Hearthstone works for anybody that hasn't played it is every day you get a quest. It could be anything from do so much damage to an opposing champion, win 2 games as a certain class, etc., etc. You complete that quest, you get 40 coins. If you win 3 games, you get 10. And then that's how you gain your currency.
Yeah.
To buy a pack with that costs 100. So it doesn't take that long to get.
Yeah, these are like 15-minute games.
Yeah, like it's not a huge
Time investment.
deal. Yeah, not really. And the arena that you're talking about, which is the draft, is $150 or $2 to play. So it is like it's not terrible the way it's set up for the monetizing of it.
Yeah.
But
with the drafting, isn't that out of your current card?
No. Everybody gets a random pool of cards.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different random pool of cards, I should say.
Yeah,
But-
in Hearthstone that way. Magic, you just get 3 packs and you
Build
go.
out of that.
Yeah,
And
build
here
out of
you get 20 sets of 3?
is it 20? I think it's 25 cards you
Okay.
get.
Yeah, 25 sets of 3 then. And then you just pick one out of it.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying that individual pool from the 3, like, doesn't that come from what you've
Nope.
unlocked?
No,
Nope, it
it's
is
just,
out
it's
of the
literally
entirety.
from every card.
Oh,
Yeah, it is. This is one of the pleasures of a digital CCG, is that it allows you access to, far larger libraries than is ever practical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, than is usually practical when you're playing, IRL, just because unless you're doing like a cube in Magic or something.
Yeah.
It's difficult to play with the entirety of Magic.
yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, that's okay.
Yeah. No, it is, it's the same game, but approached it from a completely different angle. I enjoy limited, sorry, I keep on using the term limited, but that refers to Magic drafts.
Yeah.
Specifically, sealed pools.
As in your
booster
card
drafts.
choices are limited.
Yeah. Rather than constructed, which is the entirety of whatever is legal at the moment.
Yeah. Depending. Well, that's just semantics.
Yes. I enjoy semantics, thank you.
Fair enough.
Anyway, yeah, I haven't played much of it myself. Actually, I'm kind of looking forward to the tablet version when that comes out.
Yeah, that'll be
good.
cool.
Yeah.
That'll be really good.
That is obviously a game that was designed with tablets in mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Yeah. Well, it's click and drag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's
even
a fun
size-wise,
game.
like it's not like there's any graphics involved. It's
Well, there are and there aren't. It looks good. It's just not,
No.
a fully 3D Unreal Engine.
You can interact with objects.
Yeah. You can click on the the griffin.
Yeah. No, if you're playing an Ogremar, there's a catapult on the side, so you can pick up a rock and put it in the catapult and shoot him at the other side.
Then you have to wind it.
You have to click the catapult down again. It's the little things.
I really enjoy the small touches of that game. It harkens back to a lot of that, older Blizzard humor that kind of got lost in some of the more recent games.
And plus, every card you play, when you play it, has a voice.
Yeah, actually, that game is incredibly well presented, just visually and orally.
Audioly?
We had this problem with the Titanfall one.
Yeah. Anyway.
I was going to say autistically, and that's just not right.
No. That's way, way wrong.
What the hell is audio?
Orally.
No, that'd be speaking, like hearing.
AUR.
Yeah, no,
Oral.
I know there is.
It's pronounced the same.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, there's ORAL, which is mouthing stuff.
So's the other one.
Oral tends to imply ears and what goes in them.
Oh God, what are you doing?
It's too late. My brain's already in the gutter.
Well, it took a little bit longer than the last couple of weeks, but finally got there.
Yep, we were on course.
Oh, my chest.
But yeah, there's a lot of little stuff like when your turn is over and it goes job done. Like,
well, not even when your turn's over. If you run out of mana, if you cannot physically play anything else in your hand, it will say job done.
I know. And like you said, cards having voices and all the light show and all the fanfare that goes along with it,
it is cool. It's a very cool game.
It's a very stimulating product.
Yeah, and Blizzard.
It's Blizzard.
It's Blizzard.
Yeah.
They put out good games and games that bring people in and make them money. They're really good at making money.
That's an understatement.
Valve, and
pretty much.
I guess Riot, maybe?
Well,
I mean, Riot's only got one.
Riot makes... Yeah, that's all you need. Riot has a bigger player base than World of Warcraft does now, which is just...
That's insane.
Yeah, when World of Warcraft was like, we got 10 million people, we're like, holy shit. And Riot's like, we got like 30 now. Fuck.
Well, it's easy to get into. It's free. It's not a difficult game in some cases.
There is a low barrier to entry, let's put it that way.
Yeah, okay, that's a better way of putting it, for sure.
It depends how many, trolls that are making level 1 characters level them up that you run into on your way up. They can ruin your gaming experience.
Or just people that suck like me.
Well, if you played more, you could get better.
Oh, I'm sure I would.
I can't remember if we were like really, really bad when we started, but I can't imagine we were amazing.
We weren't great, but we're also early enough in the life of...
That everybody was on the same level, yeah. True enough.
Whereas I just walk around as Teemo.
Or Garen.
No, I haven't played as Garen in a long time, actually. Actually, no, I played in one of the last times I played, and before that it was ages.
Yeah.
Before his rework. Long before his rework.
Yeah.
But...
No, that's League.
It's League.
It's League.
We haven't played League in a while.
Me neither.
Lyndon plays it weekly on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Hearthstone, Diablo. We got anything else?
What have you been playing?
Not much.
You suck.
Yeah, I know. I do.
It's been a slow couple weeks.
Wait, it'll be very, very, very
it's about to get very, very busy.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Actually. But no, I've been finished up my review of 10 Second Ninja while I was on the road. That was a lot of fun. It was a good game. It was really, really fast and quick and
10 seconds?
Faster than 10 seconds typically. If you ran for 10 seconds on one of those levels, then yeah, there's totally lots of jokes there. But if you ran for 10 seconds on one of those levels, then either you're really far along and you're looking for the right path, or you just kind of suck, frankly. But yeah, it's a fun game. Really cool, like Twitch running around trying to get the right time or the fastest time rather, and trying to beat other people's times. That's the key to that game, is trying to beat other people. Because if you don't have that, it's fun. but it's way more fun when you're out to get someone.
Well, that was like Spelunky. Spelunky was fun, but doing the daily challenges was highly entertaining.
Absolutely. And it's that same principle, except not a daily thing.
Mm.
So, yeah, that was fun. We did that Planetary Annihilation thing, so we played...
It was a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on the thing.
Thompson should not be allowed to review RTSs.
Ever. Yeah.
Like, next time, I'll fucking play it.
Yeah. Well, was I that bad?
Nah, once you figured out how to build tanks, you were good.
Tanks that weren't flame tanks?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want me to review... If I have to review an RTS, it'll probably be like Red Alert.
Oh, man.
That's about as... Yeah. That's about my speed.
I miss CNC. Like Generals, man. I played the shit out of Generals.
I liked Generals. I spent a lot of time with Generals. I spent a lot of time with Tiberian, like the Tiberian Sun series. Yeah, Tiberian Sun, Tiberian Dawn. I don't know. There was a bunch of different Tiberian games. I really liked the Kane stuff, basically.
No.
Yeah. But reminiscing.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I don't even play RTSs really anymore.
Me neither.
Yeah. I don't play them because I suck.
Warcraft
typically.
3.
I really enjoyed the...
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's why I know Dota.
Yeah, true.
I really enjoyed the Relic games, like...
Myth.
Actually...
Oh, that was Bungie.
Yeah.
Who's Relic? What are Relic games?
Relic Entertainment. They did the Warhammer 40k RTSs.
Oh, okay, those guys. Okay.
Yeah, and the... World War II... Company Heroes. Company Heroes RTSs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those two because they were basically non-traditional RTSs in that there was a real limit to the base building. It was all about offense and pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was no building, really.
Yeah.
Very little. And all the resources were gained by capturing points, which meant to have resources, you need to push, which kind of always meant you were, 5 seconds away from contact with the enemy, which was one thing I really enjoyed.
That actually reminds me of one of the other RTSs that I really enjoyed because it's pretty much on the exact same level. I just can't remember the goddamn name.
What's it look like?
80s. It was fairly good graphics. It was
fairly good graphics for the 80s?
No. It was based in the 80s.
Oh.
Russia invades Seattle and surrounding area.
Wasn't that one of the Command & Conquer games?
No, it wasn't Command & Conquer.
No, Kane wasn't a Russian.
There's been a bunch of different fucking CNC games.
Russians invade Seattle?
Fuck, what the hell was that called? It was. I'm looking it up.
Okay. Just Google Russians invade Seattle.
Yeah, no.
That's how you get on a list.
RTS Seattle.
RTS.
Rebuilding Together Seattle. What the fuck is that?
That's that.
Rapid Transit Services.
Yeah, you don't want rapid transit.
Okay, I will find it. I will find it. But it was based along the same principle where you captured points and you didn't build a single thing, and it was all based off of reinforcements coming in.
Okay.
Time Seattle. Damn, I can't type.
There was another game that was similar to that. We're just going to talk about games we half remember.
World in Conflict.
Oh,
that's what that was.
I never liked that one very much.
What? I love that game.
World in Conflict. No, that one had aliens. What the hell am I thinking about? And you built individual parts onto giant alien things.
Wow, I am so lost.
I have no fucking clue.
This is a terrible podcast.
I'll just be over here.
Yeah, no
you guys
kidding.
Finish your discussion.
It's in my Steam list. I know that much.
Of 400 and some games.
430 something at this point.
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway, that's anything else you've been playing? Other than 10 Second Ninja?
Still kicking Lyndon's ass at Hoplite.
Well,
still playing that game, like really.
That's good.
I'm still into it.
Still haven't bought it.
You should.
If I'm on my phone, I'm reading a book.
Well, stop reading like a educated person and start playing.
I like books.
No, you like the digital remnants of books.
Yeah, I like words on screens.
You're reading dead books.
I'm supposed to read books on dead trees?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's be honest here. There's
lots of killing going on. It's kind of Shakespearean, like the things that he wrote on dead trees.
I'm not sure if he would have been using dead trees by that point or still animal skins. Probably trees, I guess.
Dude, it was like...
It was Shakespeare.
Yeah,
like
it was the
1400s.
Victorian area. Like,
It was early. It was like 1600s.
Way before Victorian.
on.
Shake.
1600s? Whatever. They had paper.
Oh,
There's the Renaissance.
He died in 1616.
They had parchment. There's a difference.
It's paper-like.
Yeah, but I think possibly the product of plant rather than trees. Don't quote me on that.
No, that
It's
sounds
the
right.
spam of the meat world.
Of the tree world?
Yes.
Paper world?
It's more like the flaming young, considering it's a hell of a lot harder to make and more expensive.
It's like the prairie oyster?
No.
No.
Don't look that up,
I don't know what the equivalent paper
It's
product
bull's testicles. That's what a prairie
All right.
oyster is.
Sticky notes, maybe? I don't know what the paper...
After bull's testicles, yeah, that was funny too.
You. We are 14.
If we do need something else to talk about, I've got something.
What's
Shoot.
that?
Towerfall.
Ah, yes.
Because we can fucking talk about that finally.
We can talk about that finally because we are...
Because it's been out for 4 days.
Yeah.
3 days.
3 days. Movie magic! It comes out tomorrow. But,
Yeah.
It comes
but
out
we've got
Tuesday,
a review.
but...
we've got a review copy, and yeah.
Well, we've been playing it for like 2 months, if not more, at this point.
Yeah, so we've been doing that.
Yeah.
That is a very fun game.
That game is goddamn fucking awesome.
Holy shit.
Who wants to start?
You've
Okay.
got the most to say.
I love that game. I have like massive raging hard-on love for that game.
Yeah, I think we all do.
That game has,
You're wearing pajama pants.
in a lot of ways,
I'm
God
sick.
damn it, Brandon, what are you doing?
that game has ruined most other games for me, quite frankly. In a lot of ways, that the fundamental co-op nature, couch, multiplayer, deathmatch co-op, and co-op, not just...
It's not considered co-op when you're beating us by like 7 kills and we team up on you. It's different.
Well,
There is friendly fire.
yeah.
Oh yeah, there's friendly fire.
Anyway, that game just touches all the right spots
Yes,
on
it
my
does.
body. The versus mode, the 1 to 4 or 2 to 4 player death match with just insane amounts of variants available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The quest mode, the 1 to 2 player co-op wave-based survival.
Which, honestly, I'm not too hot on.
You need to spend more time with it.
Oh, I do.
Probably
I do.
playing by yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not. No joke there.
No, I know. Like, it's probably that, yeah.
Yeah, no, because I'm guessing other than that one session yesterday, you probably never played it before?
Yeah.
Okay, no, you need to... It is a very, very good system, especially when you're actually progressing rather than...
Yeah, when you're trying to do like, normal hardcore, then not dying on hardcore.
Yeah, and rather than having, half of most everything unlocked already. Like, the sense of progression you get while going through that is actually really good.
Oh, okay.
Likewise, just the pleasure of, mastering those maps is something I got a lot of well spent hours out of.
Don't die.
And fuck, if nothing else, it's a great muscle memory tutorial for versus mode, which, let's be honest, is where the real game lies. But
yeah.
Without a doubt. And that versus mode.
That
Oh my
versus-
god.
Oh, you can. It says something. We had some people over to play, and people that aren't gamers at all, and still had a blast.
Yeah.
So it allows you to pull people in right away. They weren't incredibly good at it. We kind of,
But they got the gist of it.
oh yeah. It's not entirely fair when you throw the 3 of us in that have been playing it for a while and are actually half decent at it.
Once you learn how to dodge.
Yeah, once you got to remember how to dodge.
No, once you learn how to dodge.
Hey, I still beat you guys every once in a while, so just saying.
Yeah.
Beat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we kind of led the leaderboards. You more so than me, but
I've got the most time with it.
yeah. But it's very accessible. It's difficult to master.
Well, it's difficult to master for a couple different reasons. One, it's incredibly deep.
Yeah.
Just the basic, button mechanics of it are simple enough. You've got shoot, dodge, jump. and move on the thumbstick.
And switch arrows, which we didn't really know.
I didn't learn that for the longest time.
I didn't know that until yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the density of available movement options to you with those controls is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the different combinations of jumps, dodges, and koalaing, the
grabbing onto walls.
Yeah.
the different ways you can modify your dodge to go faster. The dodge cancel, the duck dodge. There's just ridiculous amounts of depth to that game. And then you just get into the further honing of skills, like the ability to, catch 3 arrows out of the air.
Yeah.
Or
the timing.
Or throwing on something like curse bows and remembering not to just unleash hell, because if you run out of arrows with curse bows, you die.
Yeah. Rather, if you try to shoot without any arrows.
Yes, if you try to shoot without any arrows.
God, there's so many variants in that game.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And different combinations play entirely differently too. I mean, just you weren't there, but the other weekend we were playing basically what I've probably come to know as the Predator mode, where we were playing. Archers start stealth. Archers don't give off light, and the map is always dark.
This guy.
Oh my God!
I was playing with you and Andrew.
Yeah.
Jerk.
No, he wasn't.
No,
I
he
thought
was
you were
pointing at
pointing at
me.
me.
He's pointing at
No,
me.
I was
yeah.
making eye contact with you, but I was implying
That
him.
fucked with me.
No,
Quit
I
it.
caught that. I definitely caught that.
No, it was ridiculous. Like, you literally, half the time, had no idea where anyone was, including yourself.
That's
Like,
amazing.
you'd have to jump and wait for your little poof of a cloud, which would give away your position to you, but also let everybody else know where the fuck you were.
Yeah.
Likewise, some of the maps have very dark backgrounds. You're not perfectly invisible. You're more like just incredibly transparent or translucent.
Yeah,
but if the background's dark enough, you still can't fucking see yourself.
No, you can't see anything.
So
That's beautiful.
almost more than anything else, keeping track of where you are is almost harder than anything. Like,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I want to play that. Like, that sounds
I saved that preset. That was a good preset to have.
Yeah.
Predator mode.
Oh, we saved a couple GIFs.
And that is another thing I really enjoy about that game is just
GIF.
Yes.
the medium of communication is to. Never mind.
It's GIF.
It is GIF.
Good.
Nobody says GIF.
Lyndon
New
says
Zealand's.
GIF.
New Zealanders say GIF.
I'm willing to allow
Yeah,
that
because
for the
that's
accent.
a different thing. That's like, isn't that like tub cleaner?
Oh, I don't know. I was just going how they pronounce Jeff.
Oh, what's going on, GIF?
That's literally
My
his
wife's
name.
gonna kick my ass.
Oh, whatever. She just stopped mispronouncing Jeff.
We totally maxed out the mics. It was worth it.
As he slowly dies.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's Tower.
I didn't know you could save presets.
That's new.
awesome.
Yeah, it's new.
That was only added in fairly late in the development. Well,
I'm sorry to cut you off. It's just like that really does.
yeah, you can.
That's awesome.
There's basically among the presets, there's actually like a 1v1 tournament rules.
Yeah, there's a free-for-all tournament rules.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have some presets in there.
you can just save two or three different sets of presets. Let's use the word set more.
Set.
Yeah, no, Matt did a great job.
Matt Thorson.
Yeah. God, I can't properly enunciate my love for that game other than the fact that everybody needs to go buy it
Yes.
buy
and
it.
have controls.
Yeah.
Yeah, control. I can't imagine playing that on a keyboard.
I've never tried.
I wouldn't want to try.
No.
I know.
It just doesn't seem right.
No.
No, it's not. It's just not.
Yeah, it's out. It'll be out for PC and PlayStation.
PlayStation 4.
I don't know if it has cross-buy. I don't think it does.
I don't think. Well, why would it?
Because cross-buy to PS3.
Oh, to the PS3. I thought you meant to like PC. Like,
No,
dude,
to Vita. Or no, the PlayStation has some games have the ability to, if you buy it on one platform, you get it on all platforms.
Oh, I see.
So if you buy it on Vita, you get it on PS4. If you buy it on PS4, you get it on PS3 and Vita, etc., etc.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if it has that because I'm
If it
not
was-
getting on PlayStation.
Yeah, we have PCs.
We all have PCs. I mean, I would consider getting it on my PS3 if I didn't have my PC already connected to my TV or this, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, just buy it. Whatever platform you can do it, just get it.
If you've listened to our past podcasts and heard the amount we've gushed about games like Nidhogg and Samurai Gun,
this is better.
Yeah, those games, for all we love them, hold nothing on Towerfall.
The only reason we haven't been talking about Towerfall every podcast is because we weren't allowed.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, we love those games. We absolutely love Nidhogg. We absolutely love Samurai Gun. Towerfall is up here. Towerfall is the champ. Go fucking buy it right now. There's no doubt. Like, just go do it. Put this podcast in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and then go buy Towerfall.
Let's be honest, I can just load Steam up in front of it. The video isn't that important.
Yeah, you just watching me hack.
Yeah, true.
Not the fun way.
No.
I don't know. We'll be talking about Towerfall more, probably, almost certainly, once we get more time with it.
Yeah.
We've all been busy.
Yeah. Or sick.
Being sick.
Out of town, whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of a game, so mad at the Senators. So mad.
Oh, hockey.
Don't give a shit.
I know you don't. It's okay.
Don't give a
That's why we're not going to touch it anywhere beyond that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
They're from Washington, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Washington Senators? Actually, wait, isn't the Washington Senators like a baseball team?
I don't fucking know.
No, that's Washington Generals, and that's the terrible basketball team that plays against...
No. Who's the team in DC in the MLB?
I don't know.
Okay.
You know how you don't give a fuck about hockey? I do zero negative fucks.
It's not just hockey. Football. Baseball. Basketball. Curling.
You'll
Lacrosse.
watch the CFL
curling,
with
fencing.
Rugby?
Rugby. American football.
Gridiron.
Do you ever watch, like, you enjoy Canadian football, don't you?
Of the 3 games I watch a year, yes.
Well, that's the thing. You watch it with friends, you watch it and get drunk.
I'm mostly there for the booze.
Yeah, that's what I am. Oh, minus the booze.
You're missing out.
This is a good way to finish the podcast.
This is a terrible fucking way.
Whatever.
Sorry, guys. We are all very tired.
Well, and we just blew our load on Towerfall.
I think we could have blown more. We'll be back.
Oh, yeah. Towerfall. Buy it right now. It's on Steam, and it's on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, PSN.
Somewhere.
PlayStation Network.
Somewhere.
The PSN Store.
Yeah, that one.
And likewise, 2 weeks from now, there will be much more to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh my
with
god.
Titanfall coming out tomorrow, or in like
Now.
Yeah. And
you can see the twitch forming in his eye because he's
That's just because I've been up for a really long time.
and I have the very difficult decision to make of whether or not I buy Dark Souls 2 now for a system that I don't want to play it on, or if I wait and get it
a
from this
month to get it on the computer.
April 25th. I gotta wait.
I know. I can't play it.
Wait.
I can't play it on the console.
I mean, we've been talking about it. It's coming out 3 days ago or whatever. But yeah, I think I agree. I gotta wait, and I want to play it with you guys. So,
Yeah.
And I want to play it so bad. And like Twitter is already going insane about it.
I know. I've been laughing at some guy posted. All those Spider-Man memes that come up on the net of so-and-so's all doing this and I'm just sitting here.
Yep.
Everybody's talking about how awesome Dark Souls 2 is, and I'm sitting here getting my ass beat by the Asylum Demon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Go to the left. There's a door.
Yes. Pro
Run
tip.
around the door.
Pro tip. You'll probably die right after that anyway, because that game is fucking
Only if you're bad.
angry.
Oh, bad. Well, that's the best part about that game is if you played Demon Souls and you fought against the first boss and you died as designed, it's like, oh, okay, here's the first boss. I'm supposed to die here. Why am I spawning in front of the boss door again? Why is the boss still there? What's going on? It's like some weird nightmare.
You've got to think somebody didn't realize they were supposed to go left and just managed to eventually kill him.
I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah, One Finger Death Punch came out.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
I want to play that.
It's good.
We talked about it.
Well, we talked about the beta, or the early access, or whatever. It was a demo, technically. It was actually a real demo.
Random note, are either of you going to buy South Park?
I'm waiting for it to go on sale.
I probably won't.
No. I wasn't sure if you ever watched the show, so.
I did for a time, but not really now.
I had the first 2 seasons on VHS.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, I'm going to buy it because I'm sure there'll be... I'll probably wait for it to go on sale just because I appreciate that humor once in a while. I just laughed at how many... If you go look at like the Metacritic and stuff...
It's like so polarized.
Oh yeah, but anybody that gives it a really bad review are like, it's offensive to every... It's South Park. It's supposed to be offensive to everyone. If you're offended by the South Park game, they succeeded at what they were trying to do.
If you're the kind of person who doesn't appreciate the class choices of fighter, thief,
wizard, and Jew,
yeah, it's probably not the game for you.
Probably not.
Yeah, you gotta go into that with absolutely no. Like, you cannot be upset by anything.
No,
pretty much.
Because they will upset you.
Yep.
That's
it's South Park. That's what they do.
Yeah.
It's what they do. So
that being said, I heard it's good.
I've heard it's very good.
I've heard it's also very good. So
I've also heard it's very offensive.
Oh yeah.
So
at some point maybe we'll tell you about it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway.
With that.
Yeah. It's face 18.
Yes. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to work.
Yeah.
I've only been up since 10 a.m.
Why have you been up since 10?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Usually you have a nap somewhere in there.
Yeah, look how that always turns out.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Bye. All right. I was about to say moment of silence, but
That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
I'll wait until you're done.
I've been like constricting my diaphragm so I don't cough the whole fucking time.
You did a very good job.